Welcome to YourHomeLifeRadio.com. Join us now as we walk around our neighborhood exploring brand new worlds from the comfort of your own home. Now welcome to another fine show here on YourHomeLifeRadio.com.
Welcome to YourHomeLifeRadio.com. This is the GF Joe Radio Show, and I am your host, GF Joe, the only show that is entirely gluten-free. Every Tuesday from 4 to 5 p.m. on YourHomeLifeRadio.com. Welcome to the GF Joe Radio Show. I am your host, GF Joe, and this is on YourHomeLifeRadio.com. Today, we're going to have a special guest. Sorry about that. I'm banging away here. On the show, around 4:45, Chef Vicky's going to come on and talk about her gluten-free yummies business. Chef Vicky, she has a background in the U.S. Army. She graduated the University of South Florida with a B.S. in civil engineering. Did land development for many years until she found out her son needed a special diet. And she devoted countless hours of developing a flour mix and recipes where gluten and that they're dairy-free. And she actually called a little business Gluten-Free Yummy. So later today, Chef Vicky will be calling in on her cell phone at 4:45, and we'll chat with her. So welcome to the GF Joe Radio Show on YourHomeLifeRadio.com. Now, I got one announcement here. Is September 9th, they're going to have an awards ceremony. Yes, from 6 to 9:30 at the Zone in Tarpon Springs. It's $10, and that's all the radio show that are on this site here of Entertainment Global Media. I'm one of those shows. There's like 35 shows that are under Entertainment Global Media. That is September 9th from 6 to 9:30, and it's $10, and it's at the Zone Bar in Tarpon Springs, September 9th. GF Joe. What's going on out there in the GF Joe world? Well, I'm excited to hear that one of the winners of the gold Olympics there in pole vaulting was Jen Suhr. Hopefully I pronounced her name right, Jen Suhr, S-U-H-R. And I posted that on my Facebook page. She has celiac, and she's on a special diet. So hopefully maybe I get to interview her next week or in a coming weeks. I know she's probably got a long list of interviews to do, and I'm on the waiting list. That's all I know. My name's GF Joe. Welcome to YourHomeLifeRadio.com. What is gluten? I always start out the show, what is gluten? Little bio on that. What is gluten? What is not gluten? Gluten is a protein found in wheat that celiac people with celiac disease or an allergy sensitivity cannot digest or eat, and they get a reaction to it. In celiac case, the small villi is damaged by the gluten. Gluten is found in wheat products, rye, oats, white flour. Some of those products are pasta, semolina flour, bread, white bread, whole wheat bread, pizza, cakes, white cakes, chocolate cakes, cookies. It's found in condiments, some of those like soy sauce, the Chinese condiments there. And what else? There could be some in the dressings that you eat, the salad dressings. You got to read those labels. Like the other night, talking about reading labels, I did not read the label on one package. I thought it was gluten-free. and I bought the brand once before, and it's salt and vinegar potato chips. So I just figured potato, I can have that. And by the way, anything with fruits and vegetables, meats and chicken, that is gluten free. So my whole life is gluten free. Now, potato chip is normally gluten free. But this bag had salt and vinegar. And I just quickly grabbed it and I said, okay, that's pretty easy. I'll take that. I didn't have to read that. I've been reading the labels since I was 16. So the the next day I'm waking up going, what the heck's wrong with me? I'm not feeling good at all. So I go back to that bag. I'm like, oh man, it's got milk in it. I'm done. What else? It had some other stuff. I'm like, oh. And that's the first time, I was like, all right, let me just take this bag and run from the store. And so it had stuff in it I was allergic to. And that caused me a day and a half of being lethargic and just out of my head, really unfocused. So I'll never do that again. Back to reading those labels, even when you're in a rush. My name is GF Joe. I'm the host of the GF Joe Radio Show. Last Saturday night was a great night. I play ice hockey. I love ice hockey. It's great, great, great sport. So my team, the Rolling Rock, based out of Tampa, Florida, out of the Ice Sports Forum, which I am proudly to say, and I support. I've been on this team for about a year, and we were defending our 5th place trophy. Yes, defending meaning that we won it before. So last Saturday night, I'm thinking, all right, this may be the last season for me. I might, I'll do something nice for the whole group and all the other hockey players. So I baked and frosted 42 chocolate cupcakes, gluten-free, dairy-free, with delicious chocolate frosting. And they loved them. They were gone. They were gone so fast. Right after they drank their beer, because the team that I'm on, Rolling Rock, is a beer. So it's the beer league. So after they had their beer, they all had the cupcake, and I gave out to some girls and some kids and to my family who were there, Anne-Marie and Ron and Kat and her friend Andrea. Anyway, they all loved the cupcakes. They went crazy. So a couple of girls at the bar or near the bar wanted some cupcakes. They saw me dressed up in my baker's outfit, which I don't normally do, but just for last Saturday night, I did that. I was wearing my bakery GF Joe shirt, promoting gfjoe.com and all that good stuff. When I'm at the rink, I'm usually in my T-shirt that says the Tampa Bay Lightning on it. So I brought my cupcakes. The girls are, hey, you got cupcakes? I go, yeah, the GF Joe cupcakes. Well, what? Can I have one? Well, I go back to the other table where all my hockey teammates were excited to be won the trophy, and they were just sharing stories about the other team. So I grabbed one of the extra cupcakes, and I bring it back to the other ladies at the bar. Next thing you know, I leave them for like a half second. Next thing you know, two girls next to them were fighting. And I'm thinking, are they fighting over my cupcake? So I'm in the middle of this fight now, trying to break up a cat fight over my cupcake. But that wasn't the true story. It was just a juxtaposition of my cupcake next to two girls fighting. So from now on, my new logo is the chocolate GF Joe brand cupcake. So good that even two hot chicks will fight over it. Anyway, the girl was thrown out. My cupcake was eaten by the other girls, and I'm here to talk about it. But it was good to try to break up a cat fight. That was fun. I highly recommend that. If you get into a cat fight, just watch your eyes. They got the long nails. I am your host, GF Joe, and this is the GF Joe Radio Show on yourhomeliferadio.com. Now, I talked about the gluten-free, blah, blah, blah. Let me talk about a little bit about myself, my background. my family owned, well, my family going back to my grandfather, he owned a butcher shop in Brooklyn, New York. My grandmother, I think one of the first female entrepreneurs in Brooklyn, owned a fashion shop. Fashion, manufacturing, clothesline. It's called Gay Sportswear. Anyway, it's always been in my blood to be in business. So many years ago, I think my brother had that little thing to go into business too. We bought a bakery, an Italian bakery, many years ago, in 1986, I think, 19 something like that. Anyway, we had Camerari's Italian Bakery. So I worked for my brother baking Italian bread for 6 years. I learned a lot about baking bread and rising and the flour and the yeast and the salt and vitamin C, ascorbic acid as a preservative, yada, yada, yada. Cut to many years later, I become allergic. I found out like in 1997, I'm allergic to wheat. So I, being an Italian, cannot have any of my own heritage or culturally food. I don't know. I try to put up some words together, try to make it sound nice, but I cannot have any of the lasagna, pasta, spaghetti, ziti, beans and spetzel. No, beans. I can have beans and what is it? What? Anybody? I don't know. Anyway, I can't have pizza. Cannot have pizza. Cannot have New York pizza. Any of that. So I was devastated, destroyed. Cannot eat that. It's really difficult to go outside these days and get some food. So basically, I had to go on a gluten-free diet. That meant eating corn pasta or rice pasta. And I've been doing that for about 15 years. And I learned about this in California. Yeah, I was studying filmmaking in California. I was studying acting. I did acting for a year. I studied directing, cinematography. Anyway, I think that my guest, Vicky, should be calling in pretty soon. And my engineer accidentally stepped away from the engineering board. Anyway, we will get back to him as soon as he comes back. But anyway, the traditionally, as I just found out, traditional Italian food is all made of wheat, so I cannot have it. What do I do? So I go eat corn pasta. I found out in this natural food store in California, Whole Foods. At the time, it was called Mrs. Gooch's or Ruan's. And they had a little section, tiny little section with gluten-free. So I started eating that and had the pasta, made my own sauce, and that came out to do really well. But still, it was a young gluten-free person. I was learning what to eat, what not to eat. So I've been on the gluten-free since 97, 98, something like that. That's when I recognized I had it. You know, it could have been longer after that, you know. But this is the GF Joe gluten-free radio hour. Gluten-free all the time, every time. Tuesdays from 4:30 to 5:30 here on yourhomeliferadio.com. I believe we're taking a little... Right, was there a phone call? We got a phone call? Terrific. Hello, this is the GF Joe radio show.
What's up?
What's up? G?
What's up? What can I help you with?
Who's this? G?
No, this isn't G. Who's this?
This is GF Joe.
Who is GF Joe?
Did you call the right number? 597-4022?
I didn't call a number. I just got somebody calling me on my phone.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll call you back later. Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, he called the studio number, so I just patched him through. My bad.
That was a Nolan engineering mistake.
Here we go.
Good afternoon. This is the GF Joe radio show. How can I help you?
Hi, is this Nolan?
This is GF Joe. Who's this, Vicky?
Hey, GF Joe. Yes, this is Vicky.
Vicky, you're live on the radio. Thank God you called in.
Well, thanks for the warning.
We had the wrong guy on the wrong radio station, but anyway, that's fun. This is Vicky of Gluten Free Yummies. Vicky, tell me a little bit about how you got into the gluten-free lifestyle.
I got into the gluten-free lifestyle because I found out my son needed a gluten-free diet. So I spent some time working on some recipes, and my poor children had to suffer through many bad recipes before I got to the good ones. So that's how I got involved.
Wow. And how did you find out? How many doctors did you go through to get to this final
Oh,
result?
no doctor could tell you that. They're pretty bad on giving advice on dietary changes that could help you. So through friends and reading.
Exactly. That's how I found out too. I went through a couple of doctors, and some friend gave me a book about food allergies, and it matched my symptoms. And I'm like, let me try this out. Let me take out wheat and sugar and this. And it took about 4 or 5 weeks, and I felt better as soon as I took the wheat out.
Yeah, we primarily go gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, corn-free, and low sugar.
Yes, that's my diet too.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, and also we just started beekeeping this last year, and now we're doing organic treatment-free beekeeping. So we have organic treatment-free honey, as well as other honey, high products like the pollen and the wax.
Oh, wow, terrific. So you're doing organic beekeeping? You make honey?
Yeah.
Wow.
We use the honey for our baking.
Terrific. I love honey. How do you feel about honey? Since you're making it, it's a good choice then, right?
I absolutely love honey. The problem is most people don't understand when they go to the health food store and they buy organic honey, raw organic honey, it doesn't mean anything right now. There are USDA standards for organic honey. So what they need to do if they want to get good honey is to find a beekeeper that does treatment-free, because treatment-free versus organic is completely different in the beekeeping world.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's great. I'm glad that's a new information for me. And I consider myself a local expert, but now I'm even a better expert.
Well, I will be happy to speak in length on that anytime you want.
You got the floor. I'm giving you the floor. That's terrific.
Well, I wanted to talk about our expo coming up.
Go ahead. You can talk about whatever you want.
Okay. Well, first let me just tell about the expo. It's the Gluten Free for Life Expo.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be March the 23rd of 2013. The time's from 11 a.m. till 4 p.m., and it's going to be held at the St. Pete Coliseum. This is our second annual Gluten Free for Life Expo. There's goodie bags and free stuff galore, and registration is $5 per person, but no more than $20 per family. So if you have 5 or 6, a couple extra kids to bring along, maximum $20 per family, because sometimes, you got to take the kids.
You got to take the kids. It's like packing them in the car, putting them in the trunk, and trying to sneak in the drive-in.
Exactly, and they add up.
It does add up. So when is that? March what?
March the 23rd.
March the 23rd. Hopefully, I'll have a booth there too for my little cupcake products too, and hopefully I get to meet you before then.
Oh yeah, well we're going to meet at the Largo Gluten Free Support Group.
Yes, that's right. Coming up for me is August 25th. I'll be speaking there. I've never been to a support group, but this will be my first, so go easy on me.
Oh, they're very easygoing. Very easygoing. They love information, and they especially love it if you bring free goodies. I
will. I'm going to bring a whole bunch of biscotti and cupcakes. Now, how long were you in the? How long? I got to segue into the Army because my dad was in the Army. How long were you in the Army?
I was active 2 years,
okay.
And I went to Texas and Germany, and then I was in the reserves for another. Oh goodness, too many. I drove boats for the Army, and then I segued into trainer. So I started teaching people how to drive boats and load them, and basic soldiery skills. So
wow.
That was when I was in the reserves.
Wow.
Then they disbanded my boat unit down here. We had a boat unit in St. Pete at the Bayboro Harbor, and they disbanded our boats and took them away. We used to use the boats for the coastal cleanup. It was wonderful.
Okay,
We
terrific,
did firefighting out there. We did everything.
terrific. Wow. Now, do you do just power boating, or is there any sailing involved?
Oh, no. These were those big old honking landing craft.
Yeah.
There were 75 or 140-foot landing craft. the ones
Wow.
that everybody remembers from D-Day because they stormed the beach and dropped the ramp. So
Wow.
that's what I drove.
Wow. What do they call those? What's the technical word?
Landing craft.
That's it, landing craft. Nothing. Isn't there like usually a number or something like an MH12?
Oh, well, LCM, and
Ah.
then the number was the actual number of the boats. Ours
Yes.
were landing craft mechanized.
Aha.
And then the
See that?
LCUs were the larger size ones.
Terrific. So, how long you been in business with the gluten-free yummies? Tell me about that.
Well, I think we actually formed a company in 2006.
Wow.
So it's a partnership between me and my two children. They help me out a lot. My son just turned 17, so he's getting up there.
Now, both of your kids have was it celiac? Does he have, or an allergy? What is he?
No, he just has intolerance,
Intolerant.
and just my son. My daughter, she after learning about all the what I thought we were healthy already, and then after reading and delving into our food supply, I realized we aren't eating healthy at all. I took my kids to see a movie called Food Inc., in which my daughter came home and no longer ate meat. So vegetarian ever since.
My brother hasn't eaten meat in, he said, 17 years. So,
Oh wow.
yeah.
So yeah, and then also in that same line, where I started up just starting now. I mean, I've been talking about it for years, but the GMO issue for
Yes.
genetically modified ingredients in our food supply.
Ain't that bad? Why would a company GMO a food?
to own the world, basically. If you own everybody's food, there you go.
Yeah, I never.
Can't do much without food.
I don't. I don't ever pick GMO food, and hopefully it's not in my food anyway. Snuck in somehow.
Well, yeah, they hide it and everything. The main problem is corn. Pretty much all the European GMOs from their shores. We can't put it over there. 80%, 90% of the corn grown is genetically modified now. So if it's not organic corn, it is genetically modified corn.
Wow.
And the problem with corn, there's like 200 different names for it. So you might look for corn on the label, but that's not what you're looking for. They hide it in everything. And luckily, California, they have it on their ballot this year
Yeah.
in November
Mm-hmm.
to get it labeled, and that's what I'm working on in Florida. I'm working with the people in California that got it on their ballot. I've spoken to several of our elected officials that are, unfortunately, they're going through primaries right now, so hopefully they get past the primaries and get back. I have one, Peter Nair, who is going to work with me on getting it on the ballot for us, so we can demand that anything that's sold in Florida get labeled if it has genetically modified ingredients in it, so we can choose. It's the right to know. They make us put labels on mattresses to tell you what's in there.
Exactly. I totally agree with that. Just tell me what's in it. The funny thing is that the biggest organ in the body is which part? It's the skin.
Other than the skin, yeah.
Now,
The intestines is the other one.
Yeah. Now, all the cosmetics that you see, they don't list their ingredients, do they?
Oh no, and that's
How
another
come?
thing.
How come those companies are getting away with basically murder, not listing their ingredients, and they're getting into the female body skin or whatever, whoever's wearing cosmetics?
Oh, everybody's.
Yeah.
I work with a lot of kids in the autism and Asperger's, ADHD spectrum area, and we have to specifically find products, shampoos, soaps, lotions that are gluten and dairy-free, soy-free. Soy-free is the hardest one for beauty products. It seems to be in everything.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a challenge, but once you find the good companies, you spread the word, and we share. We share a lot.
Terrific. What is there a website for your bakery or anything?
My bakery, yes, glutenfreeyummies.com. yummy's.com, and that's Yummy's, Yummies.
There it is. I see it, and I posted your link on my Facebook. I love going through that Facebook just for my business, and that's what I use it a lot for. So,
well, that's wonderful. I'm just setting up a Facebook page for the label the genetically modified ingredients for Florida. And
yeah, I see that.
Label.
Yep.
.gmo. Florida on Facebook.
So Peter Nair is going to work with you after the primaries. So I'm sure they got a lot of prioritizing to do.
Yeah, he's on the primaries today. So if you haven't voted yet and you happen to be a Republican, please go vote for him. I was very impressed. I went to a debate a couple weeks back, and that was one of the questions I posed. Why can't we get labeled here in Florida when everybody else in the world seems to be allowed to know this stuff, but here in the U.S. they hide it from us? And he piped right on in. He eats organic specifically for that reason. And I was just highly impressed that a politician came out and spoke against the food industry. So I was very, very impressed.
Yeah, and we found out that the vice president nominee does P90X. And I'm sure
Really?
if he gets in, Paul Ryan does P90X. And I love P90X. And, this show is all about being healthy, eating healthy. And I love that a president is out there doing hardcore training, P90X. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're the expert.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And people don't also know that in the U.S. Congress, there's been a bill for I don't know how many years, several years, at least four, for labeling. But the companies that own the patents to these seeds and genetically modified foods, they have a lot of money, and they're fighting it.
Yep.
And we know how our politicians like money, so money over good laws is always, a problem.
Vicky, I appreciate you coming on so much. You helped me fill some great time on my show. Maybe someday you'll come in to be my co-host here on the GF Joe Radio Show on yourhomeliferadio.com.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, I'd love to have you on.
Okay, well, we'll talk about bees or whatever you want to talk about.
Absolutely. And thank you, Vicky. I'll see you in a few weeks.
Okay, see you then. Bye.
See you later. Bye. That was Vicky, and she is a gluten-free person with her son there and her daughter. And we're going to be going to a commercial break in a few seconds. Thank you for listening to the GF Joe Radio Show on yourhomeliferadio.com. And we're waiting for Nolan, the engineer, or Claire.
Let me know you so I can fix you. Whoa. 'Cause when I can crawl into your insides, I will know how to mend the outsides. Whoa, and I know you don't know me quite yet. Whoa, and I'll show you the doors inside my head. So dream, please shut your eyes and imagine there's no need to rush. We've got time, and I have it, and I have it, and I'm waking up at 2 and 3 in the morning, falling back asleep, but the dreams won't come back to me, to me. dark outside, if it's the same to you, then I'll keep them open wide. Wow, and I know you didn't want to fall down. Wow, and I'll show you the way the wind tends to pick up the ground and cast it in the sea with the breeze. Let me know you, so I can fix you. Wow. 'Cause when I can crawl into your insides, I will know how to mend the outside. Whoa, and I know you don't know me quite yet. Whoa, and I'll show you the doors inside of my head. My head, my head. Catching sun in the glasses in my window. Gonna drink it right up and feel the heat in the winter's cold. One can never tell when happiness is knocking on their door.
Welcome back to the GF Joe Radio Show on yourhomeliferadio.com. I am your host, GF Joe. This is the GF Joe Gluten-Free Hour. Gluten-free all the time for the whole hour. Every Tuesday from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. GF Joe, I'm so glad that Vicky called in, and maybe she could go online and listen to her interview on yourhomeliferadio.com. I love yourhomeliferadio.com. I love that little title, Your Home Life Radio. Your home life. You know, if you get your home life in order, these are a lot of motivational speakers out there. Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, Dr. Wayne Dyer. If you get your home life in order, that should transcend to your regular whole life, your business, relationships, everything. Get your home life in order, which I'm trying to do. I'm excited to say I cleaned up my house, cleaning up everything, getting everything organized, cleaned up my garage a little bit, and we're going to do the other half next week or this weekend. I pressure washed the whole driveway, which is amazing thing. You can see night and day, clarity from dirt to white. I love getting my home life in order, and that's why I believe yourhomeliferadio.com is a great title. Get your home life in order, and then your whole life will be in order. This is the GF Joe Radio Show. I'm your host, GF Joe. If you want to call in and you have an issue with gluten-free issues or diets or anything else of that nature, you call in at 727-597-4022. 727-597-4022. And you get to talk to me, GF Joe, and we'll discuss your topic about gluten-free. Hopefully, as a new radio announcer, I'm putting my feelers out there for guests to be on the show, and I'm trying to get, some of these gold medalist people on the show, especially the ones that have celiac disease or that are gluten intolerant. Now, someday soon, I'll have one of my favorites to come on over there, maybe Jennifer Aniston, but I don't know if she's gluten free, but we'll find out. Anyway, Jennifer Aniston got engaged. I'm really happy for her. She had a chance with me, but she took the other guy. He's a writer and actor. But I'm gluten free Joe. Jennifer, come on, give me a break. But I will submit my gluten free cake and cupcakes to her wedding. And maybe I can get her as my client. That would be great, wouldn't it? GF Joe supplies Jennifer Aniston with cupcakes at her wedding, or a whole cake, but I'd rather do the cupcakes or the mini ones. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. I don't know. Well, anyway, I'm going to pursue that since I know the film business pretty well. I know how to get a response either from her agent or her agent or her agent or her personal manager. But anyway, I'll send it out there and make an offer and see what happens. There's only 3 answers in life. There's yes, no, and maybe. And if you don't try, you'll get a no. You got to try. So 66% chance of getting a response, or 100% you get a response. You get 3 answers. Yes, no, and maybe. I am going to try to get Jennifer's wedding cupcake account. That would be great. Let's see what happens. So I don't know when she's getting married, but I'm going to pursue it starting yesterday. GF Joe wedding cake. I could see the headlines. Local baker gets Jennifer Aniston cupcake account. That would be great. Love it. Anybody out there can help me? Just give me a call at 727-597-4022. Call the GF Joe radio show. Anyway, we had a great guest on today, Vicky, who owned Gluten Free Yummies here somewhere in Clearwater, Pinellas County. And she talked about the GMO issue, about genetically modified crops there. Most of it is all corn or something like that, she said. I'm trying to think. I wrote part of it down. But I don't do corn anymore. As of maybe about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I limit the amount of corn I do because there is some gluten in corn and rice. I don't even want to risk it. But I don't have a bad reaction, but I just stay away from it. So now I got to think of another way to have some carbohydrates through a snack instead of eating corn chips. There's got to be like, I'll maybe make a maca root chip or something. But I make great gluten-free bread. That's all I know. I had it today. Gluten-free was fava bean flour, sorghum flour, tapioca starch, potato starch, and then a little oil, salt, and sweetener, and yeast. Now, stuff like that, when I make the bread, I make it at home. I have a little bread machine, so it doesn't get messy. That's it. Pretty simple for me. GF Joe. I do have the gluten-free bakery online. You can go to gfjoe.com, and you can order biscotti, hazelnut, or almond. You can order cookies too, the chocolate chip cookies. But gluten-free has always been my life for the past 15, was it 12, and add 5 is 2, divide by 7. About 14, 15 years, something like that. I believe I am the gluten-free expert. So if you have any questions or you know anybody that needs help and they've just been diagnosed about being gluten-free, give me a call at 727-597-4022. Or you can call me through my website, which my business line is 727-264-1333. And that's the GF Joe Gluten-Free Bakery. Gluten-free. You know, the symptoms of gluten-free when I was going through this was had headaches, stomach upset, lethargic, a little personality change. And I was tired, being lethargic. It's like you're not fully awake and you're not feeling great. And I, like I said in the previous conversation with Vicky, that I went to the doctors and they couldn't figure out what was going on. And that was the biggest thing, that this is the most underdiagnosed disorder in America. Well, I believe in the world now. Doctors don't know what's going on with gluten-free intolerance or food allergies. So friends of mine gave me a book, and I started reading it, and I had the symptoms of gluten intolerance. And the book suggested take these items out of your life. And slowly I took 1, 2, 3, and then next thing you know, I was down to sugar and wheat. So I took wheat out. And it took a few days, and I felt much better. I cleared my head. I wasn't late for work anymore. I got out of bed really fast. So wheat was affecting my body. So about took me a couple of weeks, but I got out of the wheat. Gluten-free now is a big thing in the stores. You see it all over. Gluten-free this, gluten-free that. One of the surgeons, Dr. Mark Hyman, I believe, was on the PBS station maybe about a year ago, and he was doing research, and when he was doing research on the brains, he noticed that people on a gluten-free diet had the better brain. So I've been gluten-free for 15 years, so I guess I have a good brain. We got a call coming in? Is that what you're saying? What are you saying, Claire?
Well,
are we taking a break?
No, I'm just listening after hearing you say all that. Now I think that I might.
I can't hear you, Claire. You got to hit your switch there. Anyway, that song before in the break was Simply Abigail. That was Simply Abigail. And we thank her for lending her a song on this radio show at the GF Joe Radio Show, yourhomeliferadio.com. And
oh, hey, little girl, you packed up your satchel, got your shoes waiting by the door. Take one last look over your shoulder, remember what you're leaving for. You think the road will heal your woes, like time works on broken souls. So you closed your eyes, your dreams of Colorado, so you could put your old life away. You cleared your mind, threw worry out the window, and welcomed in the winds of change. You thought the rain can't fall all on you if you don't want it to. run this far. As time will take you, but you'll never run away from your brain. Well, come on home to the arms of your father so he can take it all away. Take it away. Take it away, way, way. Take it away. Take it away. Take it away. Take it away, way, way. Take it away. Take it away. Hold on, don't lose your faith, and you'll find you're better someday.
What? Welcome back to your HomeLifeRadio.com. I am your host of my show, the GF Joe Radio Show. Boy, I hate boring people. I hate when they, just come in and don't do nothing and they can't talk. Maybe next week I'll have a whole guest about communication skills, specifically in conversational skills, how to have a good conversation, how to be the hit of the party or something. I don't know. A lot of people, do not know how to have a good conversation. You know why? I don't think they were ever taught how to have a good conversation to begin with, But anyway, getting back to gluten-free lifestyle. Yes, you could be gluten-free if you want to, and you have a better life. Go gluten-free, and what? Got a phone call? Sure, I'll take a phone call. I'm here to... Anyway, we're waiting on this phone call, little technical difficulties. A lot of the sports stars are going gluten-free. Let me figure out here. Hold on. Welcome to the GF Joe Radio Show. I'm GF Joe. Who's this? Anybody there?
We'll call him back.
We'll call you back, I guess. I hate when we have technical difficulties. Anyway, I'm your host, GF Joe. Now it's ringing. I hear ringing in my headphones.
Hello?
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 Who's this?
This is your track and field fan.
My co-host. What's going on? Where are you? You're live on the radio. Don't forget. Keep it clean.
See, what happened was I wanted to I didn't hear the whole show, but I just wanted to let your audience know that I don't know if you brought up the Jen Sure story.
I did briefly, but go ahead. Are you listening to your radio? Turn down the volume if you are. I got some.
No, that's a rookie mistake.
That's some feedback, baby. Where are you?
Sorry about that. I'm driving.
Okay.
About to pick up my kid, and
tell me about Jen.
Yeah, I was, I participated in track and field and coached track and field, and very, very big fan of it. And just to know that she was celiac disease and didn't know it, kind of like your story. She didn't know it.
Yep.
And then she got better. When she figured it out, suddenly now she's Olympic champ. that's just really cool to me. You know, people have a journey of learning what works best in their body, and she did it. So,
yeah, Jen won gold for the pole vaulting. That's terrific. And she went through, and I think only recently, according to the article, is that she found out about this. Is that correct? Right? It was like a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. She'd been competing for many, many years and just figured it out, and suddenly, bam! She beats the defending champion Russian chick. So I'm going back into training, man. I'm going for the Olympics. If she can do it.
Yeah, you can do it. Daryl Kraft can do it.
I want to win the 800 in the next Olympics, 16, wherever that is going to be. So that's it, man. Just driving around town, trying to be healthy and trying to inspire my son. I'm sorry I'm not there. And
that's all right, man. Next week, I kind of goofed off this weekend. I'm trying to get the show rolling here. And, hey, other gluten-free athletes are Drew Brees, Novak Djokovic, the tennis guy. Let me see. Justin Morneau from the Major League Baseball.
I did not know that one. I knew the previous three. I did not know that one.
I got this list right here in front of me. Rich Gannon, former NFL quarterback.
I did not know that.
Who else? Is Sarah Jane Smith of the LPGA. She has celiac.
Okay. Wow.
Amy Yoder Begley, celiac. She's a U.S. Olympic runner.
Yes. I remember that name.
Who else? Sabine Lisicki, tennis pro, I guess. Did I say Raul Ibanez from the Philadelphia Phillies, outfielder. Those are those athletes so far. Who else? Let me see. Gluten-free stars, Jenny McCarthy. There you go. Gluten-free celebrities that rumored to... No, I can't say that. I can't. Jessica Alba.
Now, this is just the ones who have figured it out. Now, you know there's a lot of people who just don't know. They're just kind of low energy.
Yep.
A lot of days. They don't know why.
Yep. And then also Elizabeth Hasselbeck, TV personality. She's on the what? The View or the... one of those shows.
Oh, yeah, she's a cutie. Let's get her on the show, all right? You ready?
I should. I can go through her age and try to get her. That'd be terrific. Love to have her on.
Oh, man.
Who else?
Dude, it's just inspiring to see all these people that figured out and
Keith
just
Olbermann.
in general, people who just improve their diet, even if they're not celiac, they just still realize there's certain things that are better in their body.
Oh, and one of my favorite actors from the movie Yes with Jim Carrey, Zoe Deschanel, the cutie, brunette. She's
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That's cool.
Oh man.
Hey man, you gotta just recognize when these people do great things for their body, for the health.
Exactly.
But gluten-free, baby.
Did you know that Vice President nominee Paul Ryan is doing P90X, Mr. Darrell, co-host of the GF Joe radio show? Did you know that?
Really? I did not know that.
Yes.
Okay.
That came out right away, P90X, for the Paul Ryan.
Man.
Look at that. We're going to have a hardcore trainee in the White House.
Oh,
not the White House.
Okay.
The maybe. See what happens.
People are, it's become a lifestyle. More and more people. It's not, you ask people a lot of these days, you don't ask people, it used to be, do you work out? Now you ask people, where do you work out?
Exactly. It's no more norm to ask them, do you work out? It's like, where do you? It's assumed that you working out. Exactly.
It's assumed, and then the next piece is people are going to start eating better. You're going to watch it happen, man. Gluten taking off. Gluten-free is taking off.
I can't go up to a heavy person and say, hey, where do you work out anymore?
I guess not.
I guess not. Sometimes you can't do that.
It's like, yeah. It's like when you're in Hollywood. You ask anybody in the street, how's your screenplay?
Yeah.
95% will answer, oh, that's doing fine.
Yeah, it's being sold. Whatever. It's in development is always the key phrase. It's in development. Hey, Daryl, we got to run. We're coming down to the hour here. Well, thank you for calling in, Daryl.
All right, man. Another good show, and we'll try to hook it up next week.
Yeah, we'll pump it up next week, definitely. Thank you, Daryl.
All right. All right. Peace out. Bye.
See ya. That was Daryl Kraft, my co-host, running around in Florida somewhere. This is the GF Joe Radio Show. I am the biggest promoter of going gluten-free. You don't have to, but try it. Go gluten-free. See what happens in your life. I bet you start to wake up and be more focused, have more energy, and get things done quicker and just feel overwhelmingly better in your life. Going gluten-free, GF Joe, on yourhomeliferadio.com. My name is GF Joe. And I have one more phone call, I believe. I guess I'll take it. This will be the last one. Hello. Welcome to the GF Joe Radio Show. We are having technical difficulties.
Leave a message. Thank you.
What? Hello?
Hey, sorry about that, buddy. Here she is.
2 minutes left. Hello?
Hello?
Go ahead. You got 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Joseph, it's Amory, your sister here in Newport Richie. Tonight's menu is steak, potatoes, and salad, all gluten-free.
Uh-huh. Terrific.
Okay, bye. Don't want to forget to call in. See ya.
Thank you, Amory from Newport Richie. I think we're running down to, 30 seconds?
All right, bye.
I'm tired. I took a nap today. Having a nap. Another caller. Holy smoke. Go ahead.
Right up there.
Hello. This is GF Joe Radio Show.
Hey, what's happening? GF Joe. I only have a minute. Just wanted to call and say, hey, how's it going?
Okay. You win the prize. You win a world trip cruise for 2 to Italy. When can you go?
Actually, tonight. I'm ready to go.
All righty.
Where's your sidekick, Daryl?
Daryl just called in like a few seconds before you did.
Oh, that's right. He's out on the cruise.
Yeah. Anyway, this show's ending in 30 seconds. I gotta run.
All right, talk to you later. Take care. Bye.
Thanks for calling in, Charlie.
Okay. Bye.
That was my brother Charlie and my sister Amory and Daryl Kraft. Thank you for Vicky for calling in today on yourhomeliferadio.com. We hope to see you next week, Tuesday, 4:30 to 5:30 on yourhomeliferadio.com. This is the GF Joe Radio Show. And once again, thank you for listening to the GF Joe Radio Show, only on yourhomeliferadio.com.